Hello, everyone. Welcome to our series of spotlights for ChiBizHub. We really enjoy doing these where we're spotlighting our business resource providers and our small business owners, our active client list. It's a really exciting time for us, right? Chicago's reopening. A lot of our businesses are seeing a lot more action than they have in the last couple of months, right? And so I'm really enthused to share with you a little bit more of one of our active clients, which is the Southside Food Co-op. Miss Bernadine Harvin is here with us today. She'll share a lot more about, what is the Southside Food Co-op if you haven't heard about it before, how you can get involved, and a lot of new, great, and exciting events that they have coming up, again, as Chicago reopens. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and, connect with Miss Bernadine. Please tell me here, what is the Southside Food Co-op? How would you describe a co-op in the first place? And what differentiates it from a farmer's market?
I love that. I love that question. Southside Food Co-op is a startup, first of all, kind of new to the Southside because most of our grocers is going to be a grocery store. Most of our grocers are mainstream, like Jewel's, Aldi's, things of that nature. This right here is going to be community born, community formed. A co-op is one that is autonomous. That means no one person has a say-so. Every member is making a decision. Every member has a cast vote to say what they want to go on in their store. We do have a board and that kind of governs, but eventually we would have a general manager and the board would be hands off so that general manager could be free to do what's needed for the community, to display what's asked from the community, the things that they like to eat and things of that nature. But also, cooperatives bring a thought process of cooperation, a thought process, healthy, thriving, wealth, community as far as economical, that we want all to thrive. Not just one entity, not just the top, but everybody thrives. And it's also member driven. That means members can come in and if they want a job, need a job, they're going to be the first. If their children are old enough to be trained, they'll be the first. And what makes it different is with the other entities as far as farmer markets and things of that nature, they kind of usually focus in on maybe fresh fruits, vegetable produce, things of that nature. Our store will be a full line store, 80% organic, healthy driven, 20% conventional, because we know we need to make money. At the end of the day, we want to stay open. So that's what makes us different. Okay. Thank you for that question.
Thank you. I love it. I love it. So, you've kind of touched on this a little bit, but we want to learn more about, your small business journey, just how important it is to the Southside, right? How did you come up with this idea? And how did you arrive to it?
Awesome. Actually, it was my nephew. After the George Floyd incident, then going through the pandemic, we're at home, all of us is home, looking at what's going on in our communities, rioting, looting, things of that nature. Our family has always been community driven, faith-based driven, family driven. And instead of pointing fingers, we kind of sit back and say, what can we do? How can we solve some of our problems? And the cooperative model came up just at the right time. Don't we need more cooperation in our neighborhoods? Can't we sit down and talk about how we can make change? What can we do to be that different person? So that's kind of how it came up. That whole pandemic George Floyd incident, and just saying instead of looking at everybody else to do it, what can we do?
I love it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually not from Chicago. So
Okay.
coming here and just learning about how the community really comes together,
Hmm.
solutions oriented, like we see this gap in our community. We're not going
Yes.
to wait for our elected officials. We're not going to wait for anyone else to come and do something. We're going to do it because it's our
Yes.
community. It's very empowering and it's just filled with love.
Yes.
Like I feel the love in my community. And I think, if we operate in that way of just trying to show love to each other, that's just
Yes, it
transformational,
is.
right?
Yes, it is. And I love that. Just
Um,
looking to me first to say, how can I, make the difference instead of saying, why don't somebody else do it? Why don't their parents train them? Maybe they need to come around me. Maybe they need to be part of Southside Food Co-op. Maybe they need to work for us and be around, the smiles, the hugs, the family atmosphere that we have. And then they'll be able to take that out and spread it abroad. And then, too, we have a different type of model that we want to bring to our community as far as living wages and as far as teaching them to leave us. Most employers don't teach you to leave, right? We want to teach them to leave us. That means we want to train them how to run a store, train them how to order what's needed. Is your store making profit? Are you losing too much due to theft? Really train them on the managerial side. Coming in, not a program. No, all of our workers will be trained on the managerial side. So isn't that a fascinating thought process to train them to leave us?
It really is. And I can tell you, I mean, this is probably what now, I don't know, over 10 interviews that I've done in the last couple of months with our small businesses. And I feel like what I really enjoy from them is that here, in the south and west sides of Chicago, most of all of Chicago, our small businesses are so dedicated into pouring into the community, right? Hiring within the community,
Hmm.
making sure that you're setting them up for success. To your point,
Yes.
right? Of getting them, like, I don't want you to work here forever. I want you to be here, learn, contribute to the community, and then get on to your next step, right? But then that's how a community evolves and it
Yes.
grows. And,
Yes.
so it's
Yes.
beautiful. This is why I love my small businesses here. Amazing.
Great.
So right now we're heading to reopening, right? Can you share a little bit with us how you've prepared for this?
Hmm. Well, we reopening is probably going to really shift us to another level as far as organizing our community around this concept. We will be able to get out and do some large events, some small events, um, cafe, with the co-op. Bring coffee, have them come down for coffee with us. We'll just buy them a cup of coffee just to be able to share what we're bringing to the community and seeing if we can get some new memberships doing that. The local cafes, whoever allow us to come in, we'll advertise you, you advertise us. So that's a, what I'm saying, two-way street type of thing. And then we'll buy you coffee for people coming in just to, allow us, to chat. So I'm looking forward to that. I was so happy that most of my family got vaccinations. Why? Because we want to be out there. We want to push this forward. So we want all of us to be vaccinated. So we really push that hard in our families. Why? So we can get out there and share with our community, and just, not have that fear factor as far as, COVID and things of that nature, even though it's going down greatly. Thank God for that. But we still want to be able to use this time of opening where people are upbeat, they're glad to get out, they're glad to get about, and most people are going to be more receptive to say, oh yeah, let's talk. We haven't been talking to each other. I haven't seen each other. We've been wearing masks, right? We can't see the smiles. I mean, isn't that going to be exciting to be able to see somebody walking down the street and they actually smile at you? I'm looking forward to it.
I love it. Thank you, Miss Bernadine. So can you share with us, how can folks get involved with you? Where will you be located? How can they
Mhm.
find more information if they're interested in joining this co-op?
Sure.
Can you share a little bit more about those logistics, please?
Sure, sure. We're actually looking at some key areas. Greater Grand Crossing. I've already spoke to Alderman Roderick Sawyer a few times, and he's very excited about it. And we're still forming those, so it's only so much our alderman can do at this point. We did talk to the Department of Planning as well, but like I said, we still have a lot of growing to do before we really get considered for some of the larger grants. But we're looking at Greater Grand Crossing. We're looking at Chatham. We think Chatham needs a grocer, and then Auburn Gresham. So those are kind of some of the key communities that we're looking at this time. Again, Southside, that it's going to be on the South Side. But we actually are right now in the process of trying to raise enough money to get a market analysis because we want to base where we're going to be on financial data. Where can we really make money? How can we stay open? We don't just want to open up and then close. Where can we really build and set roots in the community? Who will really rally around us? What community? So the data, having some professionals come in and just give us that information will really help us point that location. So right now we're just looking at some areas till we get that study done. And I just believe that whatever community that we settle in, that we're going to be such a factor and make such an impact that the community will really rally around us. I have no doubt about that.
Thank you, Miss Bernadine. So, I mean, you've shared a little bit more of the stage that you're in terms of your business, right? Being a startup. And I want to
Mhm,
give you the opportunity to share, like, you never know. What if someone that can help you out
mhm,
to help your business grow is watching this, right?
mhm.
So, why is it important, again, share with us to have this food co op in the south side of Chicago, in our specific neighborhoods, and the impact that it could have in the community?
Great, great question. Again, I thank you for coming behind me because I know I left off a little part, but maybe I needed that extra from you. Thank you so much. Um, Southside Food Co-op, a better way of living, a better way of doing business, a better way of eating, a better way of life. We want to bring a better way to our community. We want to bring a factor of ending economic racism and systemic racism and just coming against that to say, hey, we could build something. We can together, collective, we could build something that's great that will when it's all said and done and the ribbon cutting is taking place, it's not just one person getting the pat on the back. It's all of us. It's a group effort. It's a community effort. And that's not happening on the south side of Chicago. I don't know of any other place other than one other cooperative worker organization, Shop Fresh. They're doing some great work. I want to just shout out to them. I thank God for also Greater Grow Inglewood, Anton Seals. We've been connecting, meeting people, saying, how can I help you? People are rallying around us because we need our community. Food Cooperative Initiative, Jacqueline, Hannah. We've had people to really come to our assistance. We just had our first annual meeting where Dr. Woolbright, Akira Woolbright from Detroit, they're forming a co-op. They're going to get their co-op open by next year. And she spoke to our members and to just encourage us to say, you're doing great. You really are ahead of the game. It took us so many years to get where you are. And in 1 year, you made so much progress. But I know it's due to the people that's surrounding me as board chair, that's supporting me, that's came in and built a great website. Our website, by the way, is www.southsidefoodcoop.com. And it's an awesome website. And I thank God for the person who took it over, our IT person, Mr. Raheem. And then we have Dr. Brittany Martin coming on doing our marketing because we want to get a good messaging out to our community. So it's so many ways. And then too, the fee to join us is only $100 because we wanted to keep it moderate for our community. And we even have payment plans, and we do have sponsorships where people will pay it for you if you can't afford it. So no one will be left out. And by being Black led, it's also welcoming to all. We don't refuse anybody. So I love that the idea of inclusion for all.
Well, thank you, Miss Bernadine Harvin. I genuinely appreciated learning so much about what you're undertaking in our communities here. It's very important. I know you're making a difference. Thank you for sharing your story. Just a different side of, right, the other types of businesses, startups that ChiBizHub works with on the daily, right?
Mhm.
We see here that she's still in the steps in the process to launching the Southside Food Co-op, and again, all community driven. And
Yes.
it's just an example again of just like how ChiBizHub can help you throughout these steps in the process,
Yes.
again, for your startup. So thank you again for being with us today. I hope everyone enjoyed learning about the story. Ms. Bernadine shared with us, right, how to get connected with her, how to go on the website. If you're interested
Yes.
in joining, how much the membership is. We'll make
Yes.
sure that when we share this story, that we'll include all of that in the captions. So
Thank
thank you
you.
again for joining us, and thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you so much.